Hello, dear students and viewers on my YouTube channel. I welcome you all here. Today, we are going to learn another poem called Caged Bird. This is written by Maya Angelou, who is an American poet. Let's talk about her. If we look at this particular title, Caged Bird, it means under control bird, someone's bird. It is not free bird. Free bird can fly anywhere, any branch of the tree or any place of atmosphere. But caged bird has to accept only the order of the own or owner of the bird. Let's see about the poet. Maya Angelou was born 1928 and died in 2014. Was an acclaimed American poet, storyteller, activist, and autobiographer. Born Marguerite Johnson in St. Louis, Missouri, Angelo had a broad career as a singer, dancer, actress, composer, and Hollywood's first female black director. Hollywood's first female black director, but became most famous as a writer, editor, essayist, playwright, and poet. By 1975, wrote Carol E. Neighbor, Angelo was recognized as a spokesperson for all people who are committed to raising the moral standards of living in the United States. In 2000, Angelo was awarded National Medal of Arts by President Bill Clinton after having read a poem at his inauguration. In 2010, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the USA by President Barack Obama. Angela was awarded over 15 honorary degrees before her death. Look at her life. She got 50 degrees, honorary degrees before her death. Angelou's most famous work, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, 1969. I repeat, Angelou's most famous work, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, deals with her early years in Long Beach, St. Louis, and Stamps, Arkansas, where she lived with her brother and paternal grandmother. She was sexually assaulted by her mother's boyfriend, who was later allegedly murdered by her uncles after being released on bail. Angelo remained mute for 5 years, feeling that her voice had led to the man's murder, but developed a love for language. She read black authors like Langston Hughes, W.B. Du Bois, and Paul Laurence Dunbar, as well as canonical works by William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, and Edgar Allan Poe. When Angelou was 12 and a half, Mrs. Flowers, an educated African American woman, finally got her to speak again. Mrs. Flowers emphasized the importance of the spoken word, explained the nature of and importance of education, and instilled in her love of poetry. When Angelou, just 17, graduated from high school and gave birth to a son, Guy, she began to work as first African American first female streetcar conductor in San Francisco, as she explained in Singing and Swinging and Getting Merry Like Christmas, 1976. The third of her autobiographies, she also worked as a shake dancer in nightclubs, cook of hamburger joints, dinner cook in a Cerol restaurant, and once had a job in a mechanic shop taking the paint off cars with my hands. Angela joined the Harlem Writers Guild in the late 1950s and met James Baldwin and other important writers. It was during this time that Angela had the opportunity to hear Dr. Martin Luther King speak. Inspired by his message, she decided to be a part of that struggle for the civil rights. Following her work for Dr. King, Angelo moved to Cairo with her son, and in 1962, Ghana in West Africa. She worked as a freelance writer and was a feature editor at the African Review. Angelo was also a prolific and widely read poet, and her poetry has often been lauded more for its depictions of black beauty, the strength of women, and the human spirit, criticizing the Vietnam War, demanding social justice for all, than for its poetic virtue. Just give me a cool drink of water before I die, which was published in 1971, was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize in 1972. Indeed, Angelo's poetry can also be traced to African American oral traditions like slave and work songs, especially in her use of personal narrative and emphasis on individual responses to hardship, oppression, and loss. In addition to examining individual experience, Angela's poems often respond to matters like race and sex on a larger social and psychological scale. She died in 2014 at the age of 86. This is all about her background